This is your man who did it. Who did it this time? Coming at you with a new series that should be done at least bare minimum bi-weekly, but we're going to try to shoot for a weekly, and it's called Man Up Mondays. Giving honor to God, who's the head of my life. I just ask that you all bear with me. This is not a chauvinistic or toxic masculinity front. This is not me pushing the woman to the background or off to the side. This is just me putting my beautiful female subscribers in their proper place. If you don't like what you hear right now, it's okay. Maybe you want to unsubscribe if it's really ticking you off that much, or you just don't want to listen to this message. But this is not, I repeat, this is not a message to discriminate. This is not hate speech towards any female by any sorts. All right. This is going to be called Man Up Mondays. And the reason why we feel like it's prevalent, and I say we because I never feel like I'm speaking for myself. We feel like this is prevalent is because over the weekends, most of us men, not little boys, are some type of lead. Whether it's in your household, it's in your firm, it's in your own head, and that's okay. If it didn't start with the man in the mirror, then you're doing a disservice to what God planted you here on this earth for. Leading yourself, even when you're being a follower, that's understandable, especially when you don't have the resources, the education, or the financial backing to lead. But if you're leading yourself in your head, in your heart, under God's command, you know a brother like who did it, I'm on your side. But the reason why I feel like, and we feel like, that this should be probably promoted, because we need to start off our so-called work week in the right manner. You know, this is a very critical time in the year, entertainment wise. Now, some of you brothers who are into the third dimension, you already know that these are all distractions. So-called Grammy week or whatever award show's about to be approaching. I think it's going viral this year. The Super Bowl's approaching. The end of football obviously is approaching because of the Super Bowl and the Pro Bowl and all of the betting. You got the NBA that's shifting. You got that betting line coming about. You got a couple big boxing matches coming up. Then you have what's really going down, the changes in climate. Some of us who are in Appalachia, in the northern eastern region, where we are experiencing, frigid weather at a point. We don't know when it's going to be decent outside, and the next thing you know, it's 10 below zero. Some of you brothers that's in the south are experiencing some coastal threats. Some of you brothers out in the west, we haven't forgot you. It's always something out there with the wildfires. All of that is what's going on really in front of us, but we're distracted by senseless and frivolous things, such as the things that was just mentioned, the bowls and the award shows and the politics. So the purpose of Man Up Mondays from here on out, whether it's bi-weekly or weekly at times, is to make sure that we empower each other by thinking of one another, praying for one another, and just shooting one another an email. Now, those of you all who's in my personal circle, you know that that was something that had been planned years ago from not myself, from one of my compadres. But the reason why I feel like it's important to promote this on the platform, because I don't want you guys to be discouraged thinking that this is church talk or church banter. There really is power in prayer, brother. There really is. If you don't believe that we're in a war, then maybe you need to check out the series, The Scouting Report, and understand that that armor is very, very prevalent to our days. It's metaphoric. Or maybe you want to go even further back and understand the mental and spiritual conditioning you're going to have in these days. Please don't think that this is some crazy rhetoric to just blow up the so-called YouTube page. I'm very appreciative that YouTube has opened up the platform for some of you brothers to expand your brand, expand your message, and build longevity, believe it or not, for your purpose, because some of you are going to be around from other platforms such as Patreon and other things abroad. Who did it? I'm searching for that right now. I mean, I'd be a liar to tell you that I'm not doing it for at least a little bit, but the main thing is to let y'all know that we got to hold tight. Right now, it's going to get a little hazy, and I just feel like us as men have got to understand that the only way to truly lead is understanding that you need direction. How you going to lead with no direction? How are you going to lead with no direction? So you just walking forward. You just leading because you have the biggest muscle in the house, or you have the biggest bank account, or your woman's threatened of you, and your children is scared of you. How are you leading? So right now I'm asking the Most High to be some type of spiritual guidance for you to lead. What's the sense of leading if you have no direction, man? I'm asking for the Lord to guide some of you guys, some of the original normal people who come to the page. I'm very appreciative. Tribal Judah Line, what I mean? Welcome to HD TV. The brother has new pages, by the way. Maybe not on this video, but as soon as I get a chance, I'll be promoting his other two pages. Too Raw for TV, Strictly, No Limit to My Success, Seahawks Jose Rodriguez, Scrub Zero, Nicholas Jacobs, Shalom, my brother. There's a whole bunch of you guys who I could at least give some shout outs to. But all of that would be, at this point, prideful in a lot of ways if I was only doing it from my own selfish gain, man. We need to stick together. Division is needed at times because if we're all scattering and we're all in different places of this place that we call America, it's very impossible for me to lead from Pennsylvania at times a brother who might be in the Chi or St. Louis. However, if we follow the map that helps us get to the treasure, which is the scriptures, I don't want to get too deep on y'all, then we can all be on one page. So this morning I'm asking for you brothers to settle down a little bit, pray a little bit, and think about guidance. You cannot just lead because you were born a male. With all due respect, that's bitch shit. Pardon my language. You don't get to lead just because of your sexuality or your sex. You got to lead because God chose you. Now, for you woke dudes and the black woman is God guys, this really isn't for you. However, I shouldn't be dismissive. I should welcome you and let you know that when you love your woman in her right mind, in her right order, you're still leading by giving her the space and opportunity and the platform to be the woman that God prepared for you, or women. That's a whole nother subject for a whole nother time. All right. So this is Man Up Mondays. Won't be a lot of music, won't be a lot of pictures and videos. This is a message to the man, to the men. All right. On your highways and byways, we're asking for prayer, man, over y'all travels, man. Some of y'all dudes is in vehicles. All right. I'm praying that your supervisors are ignored this morning, not out of being subordinate or disrespectful, but out of being a distraction in your lives. I'm praying over some of you brothers' food this morning because you're going to forget to pray over your food. You at a gas station, you at a restaurant, you at a fast food joint. You don't know whose hand's been touching what. I'm praying for spiritual freedom this morning. Y'all deserve it, man. Again, man. And I pray for leadership, proper leadership. This is your man who did it this time, coming at you with a new series called Man Up Mondays. All right. Y'all take care. Peace.